Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. What makes this channel different is we go out and we find other experts to talk about different topics. And on Mondays, that means we bring on an attorney. Is it an attorney or a lawyer? What's the difference? I don't know. Let's ask him. How you doing, Rylas?
Both the same. Esquire, counselor at law.
There's all these names. So all the above. How you doing, Rylas?
A-hole. Some people think it's synonymous. Including some attorneys, I think it's their duty, as
Oh, that got me. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
You are definitely not that. You are such a big giver. And I appreciate these conversations every Monday. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I enjoy this too. It's so fun to be a part of the conversations. I'm a fan. I watch the channel. So it's also really fun to be able to give my 2 cents as well.
I appreciate that. Well, hey, one of the things I want to talk about, just because for me, it's that time of year. I talk about going to my accountant. It almost feels like to me, Rylas, because I've been going to the same guy for 21 years. It almost feels like I'm going to my parents with my report card, right? This is how I did last year, mom or dad. And, this year, well, the good news is I owe a lot of money, I guess. It means I made a lot of money. But what I thought you and I could talk about is how LLCs, again, neither of us are accountants or CPAs, but we do understand the basics that entities, LLCs, allow people to, write off various expenses that maybe used to come after taxes, but now become before. What do you think of that topic?
Yeah, I love it. So a couple of things that comes to my mind is you said you feel like you're going to the principal, checking in and seeing how you did. I'm sure you're working with your professionals throughout the year though, right? Like you want to be, not just have that conversation at the end of the year. That's like I had a guidance counselor. This was like at ASU. I transferred into Arizona State. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out what classes I need, in order to graduate, get my degree. And the counselor's answer, like I sent my suggested schedule and they said, well, if you need those credits to graduate, I was like, what do you think I'm asking you? That's what I'm trying to figure out now.
Yes.
Before I apply my schedule. So make sure you start ahead, I think is the goal there. And then the entity, again, Dion might debate us, just having a business allows you to write it off. Can you write off more in an LLC? I would say it helps, right? Having a whole separate business versus just a Schedule C. Well, if it's a single member, it's still on the Schedule C. But having that layer of an LLC, it looks more like a business.
Correct. Yeah. So there's a couple of things. First off, you should absolutely be talking with your professionals. And another thing that a lot of people don't do is you should probably once a year, depending on how complex your scenario is, maybe a couple of times a year, actually get your attorney and your accountant on the phone at the same time. I made that mistake early on where I would kind of do individual conversations. It worked for a while when we were kind of tiny, but at some point it's like, I'm playing middleman here. Let's just get both of these guys on the phone at the same time and really wash it out. Is that something that you might approve?
Oh yeah, very important, with the complex business structure, especially if there's multiple entities, multiple units, things like that. So definitely want to get them involved, but not right now, right? They're busy.
No, yeah.
That time is don't try to do that now, and that's important to note too.
Yes.
Because people that want to have that conversation now, but your tax guy doesn't want to do that now.
It's too late. They're in cram mode. Absolutely. Yeah. I suggest the summer is always a good time. And then maybe sometime between Thanksgiving and New Year's, kind of use the slow time. But yeah, you're not going to get accountant between, February 1st and May 1st, probably.
Yeah. Get them after their vacation, after their first
come up
tax
for air.
vacation. And then they start working on the extensions, right? So they're kind of like always in something, but yeah, so plan early. Here's some of my favorite, easiest ways, I feel like. Okay. So now when the rules change, and this is something part of the reason why I love your daily news, right? You got to watch daily to see changes.
Exactly.
But a recent change, it's been a couple of years, but meals are 100% deductible. So that's an easy one for businesses. So there's a lot of meals you can write off when you're
meals. Just so people hear it correctly, I heard meals the first time. It's meals.
Yeah,
right?
meals.
Food. Yeah.
Food. Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So.
Yeah. And that was a change. I think that was 2 years ago. Because folks, if you don't remember, there was a time I think they were only 50%. And then they were adjusted back up to 100%.
Correct. So that's something where it's like, hey, move from to 50 to 100. It's like, hey, this is something to take advantage of. So that's a real, so if you buy, $100 meal through your business, you don't pay taxes on that versus if you earn $100, you'll get paid. Yet you're gonna have to earn like 125 to get 100.
Yeah. And let's just do a bigger number, right? Let's assume your full year, you've taken clients out, partners, all of that. You spend $10,000 on meals. And let's say your business made 100 grand, just try to keep the math simple, right? You're going to take that 10 grand off the top. So your net is 90. So again, if you had no other deductions, you would pay taxes there. Where if you're just doing it as an individual, your 100 becomes 60 because of taxes. And then the 10 grand comes off of that. So very different tax treatment.
Yeah, so that's what's nice about being a business owner when you're able to write off more things through the business, so you don't have to realize income, pay taxes, and then pay the expense.
Absolutely.
So it's nice. This is where I punt to the accountants a lot. I said, check with your accountant, check with your CPA, but like see what you can do on cars and things like that, and how much you can get deducted through the business.
Yeah, and again, these are just things that come from my accountant because again, we talk. Saying all the time is an overstatement, but a couple times a year, right? For example, if you're running a business and you use one of your bedrooms or dens, or there's basically square footage in your house that you use for that business regularly, you can write that off, right? There is some depreciation or some expenses that you could do. Again, talk to your CPA. That was a question my accountant used. I had used a bedroom. If you watch my channel for any length of time, because all the videos were from a bedroom. So we're like, how big's the bedroom? How big's the house? Right? We were able to write off some additional stuff. So lots of stuff that are out there for you.
Yeah. So that's obvious in your case. I've heard that home office one is more likely to get you audited.
You can.
In your case, you literally have the videos of it.
Yeah.
Right? Like
I got 5,000 videos. Go look.
But I would kind of caution others from that. If you're opening that up, but it's great for YouTubers, right? They can be like, look at the video.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah. Again, these are why you got to talk to your CPA, look at the trade-offs, all of that. Meals, cars, cell phones, internet. I mean, there's so many things that go to potentially part of your business. Coaches. Yeah. Courses. Yeah. All of those.
Education.
Travel for those, right?
Yeah.
For the event. So, I think an LLC, again, having had one or at least one for 20 years, let's call it. And in California, that means I've been paying at least $800 because no matter what happens, I have to pay $800 per LLC. But it's definitely over the course of time been an important part of our strategy to have those set up. Well, I guess one question that came from our private Facebook group that I think we'll just ask you here. You've answered it before, but I just want it out there. Let's say you live in one state and you own all of your rentals in another state. Where should your LLC be filed?
They need to be registered in whatever state they own properties in.
Exactly.
So people that are acquiring in multiple states, that's part of the cost of doing business. Correct. And I've had that come up. I think some viewers of the channel actually that have met with me, and they've owned real estates all over, and it's kind of like I'm the bearer of bad news. And it's like, no, it's like you're already doing business in all those states. Yeah. It's like that's you need to be compliant in all those states. So
absolutely, yeah. It's you just. People need to reach out and ask questions. And that's why I'm so happy that you're here every Monday. You're in the group. I tag you all the time on legal questions. If somebody wanted to reach you out, they're interested in real estate investing, they're starting to do the work, they're in California or Arizona where you are, is it licensed? Is that the right word?
Yep. Yes, I'm licensed in both of those states to practice law, Arizona and California. You can find all my websites at rylasdana.com. So you can find my my main legal website there. And then I also do some coaching for attorneys through Mont Legal, and I do my own real estate investing too through Mont One is a company I have for that.
I love the fact that you're part of the group. You're an active investor, folks. If you don't know, he's out taking his sons out door knocking. Rylas has his own playlist on my channel. Go back and watch his door knocking videos with his kids from I guess a couple months ago. But
yeah, so it was so fun. Yesterday we did a follow-up actually.
Oh,
and
cool.
we're driving in the car. So I got some business cards made for that real estate company.
Yeah.
Mostly for that reason, just so I'd have something to leave behind.
Right.
So my handwriting is horrible. And I wrote it out. They're like, yeah, that's horrible. I was like,
yeah, nobody can read that.
So they wrote out like a little note.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then we went and dropped it by the house. So yeah, trying to keep them involved.
Yeah, very cool. Again, it's just fun to watch everything that you're doing. Any other kind of closing thoughts with everything going on in the world that you want to leave on the videos we exit?
Just planning. It's always a good thing. People say, when should I have this done? My answer is before it's too late. That's my answer.
Yeah.
But it's really peace of mind, right? The estate planning, you're going to need it one day or the other. Yeah, and I see both sides of it, right? I see people that pass away and they have a good plan, and I see people where where they don't have a plan, and then you're grieving, plus you're dealing with how to split businesses between family members and things of that. And so that there's a lot of value to this. I guess I just want to emphasize the value of having a plan in place to protect your family. And in my business, it always starts with the estate planning, because you're going to want a trust, especially in Arizona, California. Eventually, you're going to need a trust, and then every entity should be owned inside of that. So the planning for your estate comes sooner than a lot of people think too, because you hit probate after $100,000 or $150,000 in California. So it comes real fast.
Yeah, very cool. Well, folks, again, reach out to Rylas. He's in our Facebook group. One rental at a time works. He's an awesome individual, always willing to help. And again, what are your websites one more time?
rylasdana.com. It's my first and last name.com.
Very cool. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.